Namaste. My name is Neelima. Welcome to Reflections Along the Way podcast, where you will be listening to reflections from learnings and experiences along my life's journey. In the previous episode, we've talked about all the energy leakages that can happen that affects the efficiency of our actions and what the causes of those leakages might be and how we can preserve that energy by avoiding those leakages. Now, once we have learned how to stop that dissipation of energy happening and we are able to use all that conserved energy into the direction of a certain piece of work that is in our hands at present, then there's a great joy in our minds. That is the joy of an artisan. So that kind of joy can only be experienced. It can be understood only by experiencing it. For an artist or an artisan, creating something, whether it could be a toy or a piece of furniture or an instrument which requires high precision, it brings great joy and fulfillment. These days, because of so much technology and industrialization that has happened, we have kind of, the artisans are no longer experiencing the joy that one gets from creating something with their own hands, right? Because the machines have replaced that. To a certain extent, that joy has gone out of life. But even in those cases, right, if we change our perspective a little bit and if we see that we get joy no matter what action it is, if we do it the right way and with the right attitude, then that joy can still be ours. For example, say typing is considered very tireful work, right? But while typing, say if we pay attention to it, if the typist executes it neatly without making any mistakes, then there is a certain amount of joy that comes with it because of that satisfaction of doing the job very well. So no matter what work we do, we can still get that joy with the precision and the perfection of the work that we perform. And that gives us a lot of joy. When we put our head and heart into the hands that are working, then there is a certain sense of deep inner peace or joy because all the personalities, physical, the emotional, and the intellectual personalities, are aligned and integrated in an individual, and that person comes nearer to perfection. And in that atmosphere, that person is capable of achieving his or her best. Anyone who has a hobby can easily understand this concept of all the personalities being integrated, right? When we are doing something that we consider as a hobby, our head and heart are completely into whatever we are working on. For example, there's a person who is playing sports all day long. There's a person playing football all day long or tennis all day long, or teenagers who are hiking all day long or climbing walls of rock with a load, with a big backpack on their back, and they are experiencing joy with it. If the same people were asked to do something else, then they would not want to do it. They go away saying that they do not have energy to do whatever we've asked them beyond what the hobby is, right? Even though they might have physically spent so much more energy in the actions that they were enjoying as a hobby. For example, in North India, people are not used to hot weather, but if we go sightseeing, We generally are so excited, even if it's hot summers and all. We don't sit in our hotel rooms and not do anything. We are excited. We go walk under the sun, we go sightseeing, and we enjoy it. We don't even feel very tired. And the people over there watch us and they're like, how are these people able to spend so much time in the hot weather? Then they assume that we are probably from a place which has hotter weather and our bodies are used to it. But that is not the case, right? We are just like enjoying it because our head, heart, our actions, everything are aligned there. If we were to go back home where it was probably more cooler than what was in the tourist place, we would not have the same kind of energy to perform actions. Like, if somebody were to ask us to do something, they're like, no, we are tired. It's so hot outside. We find all kinds of excuses, right? So basically, what this is showing is it's not like there is no meaningful work in the world, but the thing is we are not discovering work where it can be in harmony with our head and heart as well, right? A person who can bring all these three aspects of the personality together into the field of action, they work in an inspired manner. And when one works in an inspired way, then there's higher productivity and there's higher efficiency. Not only that, it provides so much joy for the worker, right? To work in this way, that is the art of living that is described in detail in Vedas and Bhagavad Gita and all the scriptures. So to kind of summarize what we've been talking about in the past few episodes, according to the great masters, what do we need to do first? We first have to find a goal from which to draw an inspiration, right? And once we have spent enough time to determine or find that goal or ideal, it could be political, economical, spiritual, anything, right? If that is the ideal that we have chosen, according to the nature of our heart and head, and it is not imposed by anybody else, then there is a new enthusiasm that we get to work towards that goal. When we have that enthusiasm, then having the sincerity, the consistency, the right attitude, then the consistency of purpose automatically follows. So once that happens, we need to channel our energy towards the goal and not let leakages happen by having these regrets of the past or some imaginations about the future or excitements in the present. If we work in the world with our head, heart and hands fully integrated, then that work is a stamp of efficiency and beauty, and the feeling that one gets out of that work is an indescribable feeling of joy and fulfillment. Thank you for listening to today's reflections. If you'd like to connect with me, please visit bluishmuse.com. Until next time, namaste.